Hey, you guys, you're watching Park City Television. I'm Chelsea Haviland, and I am joined by the co-owner and co-founder of Ritual Chocolate. I have Anna Davis with me, also with her partner, Robbie Stout. Thank you for having us here today. How are you?
Being here, I'm great.
It's fantastic. I love your space, and what's interesting is not only do you guys specialize in chocolate making, but you have a lot of other things as well, right? Give us the rundown of what's here.
Okay, well we do. We have a little cafe retail area, which we're really excited about. This is a new thing for us. We can now offer drinks. You can get hot chocolates or ice drinking chocolates. We do sipping chocolates where you can choose your origin and try like a thick, decadent sipping chocolate. But you can also come in and sample all of our chocolate bars, the different origins, and just try them side by side. So I think that's really a fun experience for people. So yeah, we also do like lots of little treats where we highlight our chocolate brownies.
That's what I went right to. When I was waiting, I was like, oh, there's the brownies. Just check it out.
Oh, yeah, we do banana flour, so that's really exciting.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sipping chocolate, the hot chocolate, not just the coffee and the chocolate making. You guys have so many different items here to take part in. So wonderful to have you here in Park City. Yeah, and we're gonna go through the chocolate making process now. We're gonna head over here to your chocolate factory, if you will. And you guys are gonna walk us through it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, let's go take a look. I'm now in the factory portion of Ritual Chocolate, and you guys, as soon as I walked in here, I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I can smell that chocolate all around. It's incredible. So here with Robbie Stout, and we're going to go through the actual process. It's very detailed. Kind of line us up for us, the steps that we go through.
Sure. Yeah, well, first we import the beans, so Madagascar, Peru, Ecuador, and Belize. And we'll put the beans onto the trays, as you see here, and we'll roast. We'll winnow, which is to remove the shell, and then we'll grind the nibs down, add sugar, refine, conch for about 24 hours, temper, mold, wrap, and then finally, people can try it. So.
And we're going to go through all of that right now. So tell me about the difference between the two cacao beans here. You have 4 different kinds, correct?
We have 4 origins. These are just 2 of them, just to show the difference. This is Peru here. These are nice, light, and kind of round and kind of very uniform looking beans. And then over here we have Madagascar. They're a little bit more red, they're really fruity. You can smell the difference, you can taste the difference, and you can see the difference.
Okay, so what's the first step?
First step, actually, we'll go through each tray and actually just hand pick which beans we want to use and things we don't want to use. So even right now I could be like, okay, here's a flat bean that we don't want to use, throw that aside. There's another flat one. We'll literally go through every bean and just pick.
That is a lengthy process.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We do, we're doing like 12 tons a year of that.
Incredible. And how many people do you have working on the production side?
At the moment, we have about 3 people in production, including, or plus me, so 4. Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
You guys are making a lot happen here. So after we sort it, what's next?
After sorting, we can then roast. And the main purpose of roasting is just to evaporate moisture, evaporate acids, and to help loosen the shell. It's not like coffee roasting where you're actually kind of taking the bean through like this kind of longer process of like Maillard reactions and converting proteins to sugars and stuff. This is more about just kind of prepping the bean to be winnowed and eventually ground. So.
Right. So after the roasting, what's up next?
So this here is the winnower. Up top, it feeds the beans, and then they get cracked, and then they get sorted through the screens, and each of these is like a fan that kind of sucks away the shell. The shell gets sucked away because it's less dense, it is lighter, and the nibs, which is the part we want, gets kind of screened through, and it eventually falls down. Over here, you see, this is freshly winnowed, nice-looking nibs. So ideally, there's no shell, and I don't see any, which is awesome.
And this stuff smells amazing.
Yeah, this is amazing. So just like nuts, if you grind this down, it releases fats and becomes a paste, and that's chocolate, right?
All right. Well, what's next?
Okay, so we're going to go into the grinding room. So in here, you can see we're putting nibs into this stone grinder. So we have this bucket of nibs, and we're slowly just adding them and letting it kind of grind. And as I said before, it's kind of crushing the cell structure and releasing the fats and becoming a paste. So at this point, this is just nibs. And when we're done with it, the only other ingredient that's going to be in there is sugar. This is like a good kind of organic sugar here. So That's it. Cocoa beans.
That's all. Only those 2 ingredients.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Well, that's nice because then you can really taste the flavor of where the bean is from, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So when you taste our chocolate, the only thing you taste is the bean. And the sugar is just a sweetener to help kind of transmit that flavor. So,
All right, what's next?
all right, so after this, we come over here and this is the 3-roll mill refiner. So this is a liquid refiner. So we pour liquid chocolate into the top there, and it feeds it through. And through shear force, through kind of these moving rollers, it kind of crushes and shears each little particle suspended in that fat and brings it down from 100 microns down to 10 microns. That's a very small kind of measurement. They say the human palate can't really taste under about 30 microns, but we can really taste the difference between, let's say, 10 microns and 20 microns. That's how you get smooth chocolate. Because when you add sugar to chocolate, it doesn't dissolve because there's no liquid. So the only way to get it to be smooth is to physically grind it. That's what this does. Yeah.
So this is once again the grinder is what's this called?
Three-roll mill refiner.
The 3-roll mill refinery. All right, what's next, Robbie?
All right, after this.
Going on over here. What's this? This looks pretty good.
Oh yeah. So this is after the chocolate's been refined. We're using this as a conch at the moment, and the term conch, just like the shell, is kind of like this motion of agitating and heating to kind of help massage those particles to be nice and round. Because when they come off the mill, they're a little flat, and you want those to be nice and round. But also, we're evaporating any remaining moisture, and we're also evaporating acids to help develop flavor.
How long does it stay in here and do this?
It depends on the chocolate, but this is going to run for 24 hours. Our older conch, which is going to be arriving soon, it'll actually spend 3 days in there doing.
That is incredible. All right, well, what's after this step?
All right, so we'll head this way.
Okay, heading over here. And this is pretty cool because it really is like a circular process for these guys. All right, so we're going back through the curtain here.
All right, so in here, this is where we actually temper, mold, and wrap the bars. So inside here, you can see there's, I don't know, maybe 150 pounds of chocolate.
150 pounds.
100?
Right there.
Yeah.
That's bizarre to me. I can't believe that.
So what this does is it raises the temperature to 120 degrees, drops it down to 85, brings it back up to about 92, and through that process, it's setting these fat crystals to solidify in a way that snaps, it's glossy, it pops out of the mold, it looks nice, and that's what you call tempered chocolate. Without taking it through this process, it'll melt in your hands, it'll stick to the mold, it'll turn white and powdery and kind of look kind of bizarre.
So if I open up I've done that before, a chocolate bar, I'm like, ooh, this has like, it looks old. And that's what that is if it's like too old or something, or what?
It's actually, when that happens, there's nothing wrong with the chocolate other than the fat has crystallized in a different way. You could remelt that chocolate and eat it. It would taste great. Yeah. It's not old. Yeah. And that's what happens when you just like leave a chocolate bar in the car and forget about it.
And I put it in my freezer so I can eat it, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's next?
So after we mold the bars, we then have to wrap them. So we have, we're wrapping all the time. It's probably the hardest thing they have to do here, actually. It's surprising. But we do a layer of gold foil first. It's pretty classic. It also provides some kind of heat resistance. And then after the bars are foiled, we stamp every label with the harvest year and batch number.
Those are individually stamped?
Yeah, exactly. So batch number 2 of the 2014 harvest, Madagascar, from the San Barano Valley. It's a 75% cacao. Obviously, you got your weight. And then we've got our tasting notes on the back, a little bit about us, and then, of course, the expiration date. Wow. And new address at 1105 Iron Horse Drive, Park City.
Very good.
That used
Where we're at.
Yeah, that used to say Denver.
Very cool. Well, excellent. Then it's all ready to go. Well, this has been so much fun checking this out.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking us on a tour through all of this. Until next time, check out more right here on Park City Television.